What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back with another video, and today we are going to talk about some stuff that has been going around the internet. First of all, Berserk. They're saying that there's a Berserk anime by Mappa, and we're also going to talk about gaming consoles. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
And for those of you that follow me, I intend to just make like one video a week like this because I've just been really busy. So, okay, so I'm here on xtwitter.com. I call it xtwitter. X is a stupid name for social media. It's Twitter. It's still Twitter to me. So I am here on twitter.com. It says Mappa TV Berserk Season 1 officially announced. So, and look, I know that this is a rumor, but they've been saying that Mappa's working on a Berserk anime for the longest time. For like, I think since like 2023, I think it was. You know? And there's been no like official announcement from Mappa. But there's been rumors running around. And I think it's because, deep down, we all want a legit Berserk anime similar to that of the one of 1997. The original Berserk anime. Because the manga is still going. As a matter of fact, I kind of think of it. I haven't been keeping up with the manga. I don't know if it's still, I don't know what's been happening with the manga. I haven't been keeping up with it for various reasons. I kind of, when you spend like a year waiting for one chapter to come out, then eventually you kind of, you kind of just don't keep up with it anymore. I don't know what's been going on with the Berserk manga. Probably on another hiatus, but there's this image going around the internet saying that it's Berserk manga coming out soon. But it does say that this is a fan art. And I have seen other posts on the internet, from earlier months saying that, Berserk manga is going to be coming by Mappa, by Studio Mappa. And hey, it could happen. If anybody's going to do it, it's probably going to be Mappa or what's that studio? The studio that made Vinland Saga. I forgot their name. But I see them doing it too. So take this with a grain of salt. There's no actual confirmation. No actual confirmation. But just take it as a grain of salt. And do see it as a possibility that Mappa can be one of the studios that brings back Berserk. Because the anime that we got in 2017 with that crappy CGI, that CGI was horrible, man. Absolutely horrible. Hey, what's going on, guys? Real quick, if you are looking for an artist, then I am your man. I am open for commissions and I am doing fan art, anime style art, character designs, character concept art, group art, as well as Christian art. If you are interested, the prices start as low as $50 per artwork. You can contact me at my email, which is in the description below, or you can order through Coffee and I will see you there. But anyways, let's move on to our next story. We got here, Sankaku Complex says Prime Minister of Japan says anime bolsters diplomatic power, announces budget boost for global expansion. So the governor of Japan, they're planning on expanding, anime. Basically for global content expansion, it says here. Says Takaichi, the current prime minister, says also announced that the government will push forward with a substantial supplementary budget for over 55 billion yen, $350 million, aimed at strengthening anime global reach. The funds are intended to support international distribution, overseas production partners, and other initiatives designed to help Japanese creators break into new markets where more than double last year's allocation. Government strategy fits into the broader Cool Japan initiative, which targets 20 trillion, basically 128 billion in global content sales by 2033. So it's looking good. It is looking pretty damn good. So they're going to put more money into anime, more projects, more global expansion to make Japan look cool. I mean, because think about it. Anime is one of the main things in entertainment that makes Japan look really, really cool. for the longest time. So when they gotta keep promoting it, they gotta keep promoting their culture. That their culture is makes money. Their culture makes money. Also tourism, and that's one of the reasons. Despite of the fact that the Japanese are getting sick of tourists, they still need tourism because it brings in so much money. Right? It brings in so much money. They can't just completely abandon it. Let's just say. All right, so that's for anime. And then if we go over to the gaming side at windowscentrals.com, it says no, it's not just Xbox. All video game console sales are massively down year over year, and it's going to get worse. So I find it really funny that they started out with Xbox because the Xbox, is one of the consoles that's just been losing the game. Xbox has been losing the console war for the longest time. And really now the one thing that's really like the most beneficial, it really is just PC gaming. It really is just PC gaming at this point because Nintendo with the game key cards, they kind of ruin everything. They kind of ruined the Nintendo Switch with the game key cards, and the fact that they can break your console and all that stuff that happened. The Switch 2 is a mess. It's an absolute mess. So if you go down here, it says it is easy to point the finger at Xbox lately, sometimes for a good reason. Online discourse often centers on the brand, November 2025. However, it tells a slightly different story with data pointing to a market downturn affecting every major console platform, not just Xbox. Circana, which regularly tracks and reports on industry sales, recently published figures showing total U.S. game spending fell 4% over a year to 5.9 billion. That decline spans hardware, software, accessories rather than being isolated. Where is it? So here, according to Circana, hardware spending dropped 27% over and over a year to 695 million, with unit sales falling to 1.6 million. That makes November 2025 weakest November for U.S. hardware unit sales since 1995. Wow, since 1995. And think about it. Black Friday was a flop. 2025 Christmas was horrible. People were not celebrating Christmas in the same way. And then it says Xbox Series hardware sales declined by 70% year over year, while PlayStation 5 sales fell by more than 40%. Combined Nintendo Switch 2 unit sales were down around 10%. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not buying the numbers with the Switch 2. The Switch 2, the numbers have to be much lower. The number has to be much lower, the Switch 2, because even the Nintendo fanboys, they're regretting it. They're not regretting that shit. It says pricing appears to be a major factor. The average price video game hardware reached $439 per unit in November, up to 11 year over year, making console more expensive than ever during what is usually a peak buying period. Yeah, it's been going down. And we're in a really tough economy, man. People don't have money to spend like that. We're in a really tough economy, and it's gonna be a long time before things recover. I do not see the economy getting better next year in 2026. I don't see it getting better. Maybe we might get to a better economy maybe in the next 4 years. Yeah, right. In the next 4 years, maybe. And even then, prices are still going to be high. Okay, and if we go over here, TechYahoo.com, it says Nintendo's 3DS price skyrocket up to 76% vintage Nintendo. Vintage Nintendo console rivals the cost of brand new Switch 2. So there's more people. See, like I told you, a lot of people are going back and playing old games. Go back to those good old memories. They're playing the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo DS, just going back in time, doing all that. It says newer isn't always better. Sometimes nostalgia wins big. And it does. It says the over a decade-old Nintendo 3DS has seen its value skyrocket, now almost matching the price of a brand new Switch 2. On eBay, Nintendo 3DS extra large consoles are fetching between 200 to 350. Wow. After 10 years later, it's still 350? No way, man. No way. I'm not paying more than $100 for that. It's a Nintendo release, the 3DS in 2011, for $250. But after slow sales, the company slashed the price to $169. The following year, the larger 3DS came out to $200. And then you can buy a used Nintendo 3DS for $100. I mean, just get the regular one. Just get the regular one. Forget that 3D. The 3D aspect of that, it sucks. Like it's not even that cool. So just get the regular one. You probably can get it for $80. So now their prices have soared, climbing 3.5 times in just 12 months, making some used units up to 76% more expensive. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. So Nintendo 3DS was far from a flop. About 75 million units were sold. I mean, that's pretty good. That is pretty damn good. That's one of Nintendo's best consoles, honestly. The DS. I mean, if you have a Nintendo emulator, you can still download a lot of 3DS games. It's worth it. Yeah, that's one of Nintendo's best consoles. And Nintendo's has always been good at creating handheld consoles. But the Switch 2 has been the absolute worst. They really dropped the ball on that one. And oh yeah, so no, actually that's about it. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Gonna be making one video per week because I have a lot of things to do. I have drawings to do. I'm actually making videos for Angry Guy now. So if you guys want to check me out over there, go ahead. And that's going to be it. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.